All right, so our warm-up for today is a review of solving equations, and then there's one problem that will touch base on what we talked about yesterday. This first problem is asking us to distribute on both sides and then solve for a. So my first step is going to be 4 times 2a, and then my second step is 4 times 3. So 8a plus 12 is equal to, and then I'm going to distribute the negative 3 to both terms inside the parentheses. Negative 3a plus 3, and then I'm going to continue with what they gave me, plus 31. The first thing I'm looking for is combining like terms on the same side. So I have negative 3a plus 34 on the right side. There are no like terms on the left side to combine. So now I'm going to transition all of my a values to one side and all of my constants to the other. So I'm going to do plus 3a plus 3a. It's 11a plus 12 equals 34. And then I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. 11a equals 22. Divide by 11, divide by 11, a equals 2. Number 2 is going to be the same thing except for both of the distributions are happening on the same side of the equation. But again, I have to distribute to both terms in both pieces. Negative 3x plus 18 plus 4x plus 1 equals 7x minus 10. So my first step is to combine like terms that are on the same sides. On this side I have a negative 3x and a positive 4x. I have an 18 and a positive 4. So negative 3x plus 4x is going to be 1x plus 22 equals 7x minus 10. I'm going to subtract x, 22 equals 6x minus 10, plus 10, plus 10, 32 equals 6x, divide by 6, divide by 6, x is going to equal 16/3. Because this would result in a decimal, I would like to keep this as a fraction value so that it can be written as a specific value. Number 3 is going to be more practice of the same thing. If you notice, there is no equal sign listed, so we are just working on creating an expression. That's why it says simplify, not solve. So again, I'm going to distribute. This piece right here, this negative sign, must also be distributed to both pieces. I cannot just subtract the entire set of terms. I have to distribute the negative. So I'd have 6m minus 48 minus 9m minus 7 minus 5m. Now I'm just combining like terms as far as I can go. Again, I'm not solving because it's just an expression, not an equation. So I have 6m, negative 9m, and negative 5m, which will give me an answer of negative 8m total. And then I have a negative 48 and a negative 7. So when I combine those, it's minus 55. So I have 8m minus 55 as my expression, and that is where I have to stop here. Number 4, I am simplifying radicals, which is what we talked about yesterday. What I need to do here is I need to look at the piece inside and figure out what factors can I multiply to get there, and our goal would be to find perfect squares so that we can find the square root of it. So I have 4. I can split the square root of 75 into the square root of 25 times the square root of 3, and then I have plus 2, and I can split the square root of 27 into the square root of 9 times the square root of 3. And from here I can simplify the square root of 25 as 5, which will then get multiplied by my 4, and then I still have my square root 3 left over. And then here I have the square root of 9, which is 3, which gets multiplied by the 2. and then I still have my square root of 3 left over here. So then over here, I have 20 square root 3 plus 6 square root 3. I can combine these two values because my square roots are similar. And I can have 26 square root 3 as my final answer.